ever since 17, it's just been sales. Even now that I'm making money online, it's the same thing that I've always been doing, which is just sales. You could be talking to someone through your network and it could just be one small little snippet that you get from them that just triggers so many thoughts in your brain that can completely change your life. You know, if you disagree, then you've actually just not explored the UK.
Yeah.
I think it is one of the most beautiful countries in the world.
It is.
Wholeheartedly.
Yes, everyone, welcome back to the Founders Formula podcast. I almost forgot the name there, but yeah. So today we're here with Temi, one of my good friends who runs a sales agency. How you doing, Temi?
Yeah, I'm really good, thank you, pal. Thanks for inviting me on the show.
Yeah.
We've actually done a podcast before, haven't we?
Yeah, we did one, yeah.
But it's never been released.
Canary Wharf?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was quite a good one.
It was good.
That's how I know. That's how I know
good.
you'd be good on the podcast.
Yeah.
After that, I was like, yeah, Temi can talk. Temi can talk.
A little bit, pal. A little bit.
Yeah. But I mean, just so everyone knows a bit about you, a bit of context. Just tell everyone about your journey from, let's say, starting off when you're younger to now, sort of thing, and what you've started and what you're doing, sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure like a lot of people on the Founders podcast will be able to relate, but just I didn't really know what I wanted to do in life, but I knew I wanted to do something better than average. Didn't know what I wanted to do.
Okay.
Just completely by chance, stumbled into door-to-door at 17. And ever since then, I've just been like all in, like obsessed with sales.
Nice.
Like sales just really has taught me everything. Sales has given me the biggest foundation in the world. Got into door-to-door doing windows and doors. And then after COVID, got into the online space. So, you know, you see everyone now is making money online, right? Everyone's making all this internet money. It's really cool. Oh, wow. But everything I've done ever since 17, it's just been sales. Even now that I'm making money online, it's the same thing that I've always been doing, which is just sales. So I've been doing door-to-door. After COVID, I got into the online space where I started doing appointment setting, high-ticket closing, coaching other people. Run a really big sales agency at the moment where I've been working with some really big spaces in the info space.
Alpha setters.
Alpha setters.
Nice.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So sales, mate. So just to introduce myself, I'm Temi, 23 years old. I've been in sales for the last 6 years of my life.
Awesome.
Keep it simple.
Perfect. Awesome, man. And I mean, Tyler, do you wanna ask Temi anything?
Simple. Let's break it down, bro. So you've got into the online money making space. Okay. Everyone I speak to, they always have a why.
Yeah.
Why is that why?
Good question, to be honest. Good question to start things off. Why? To be honest, I think a lot of people have a why of like they just want to make bank, right? I would never consider that like even remotely one of my whys, like not even a little bit. I think a big motivator has obviously always been just providing for family, but I just think that is a man's responsibility. I just think, you know, how old are you?
I've just turned 18.
Just turned 18? Bloody hell, mate.
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
Young.
How old are you?
19.
Bloody hell. That's crazy. But yeah, like, I don't know. I think as a young man, like, you just need to have that calling and like to provide for your parents. Like,
100%.
I think if you don't have that inside of you where you want to provide for your Marjay, then you're just a bit fucking weird, to be honest.
No, I agree.
So I have always wanted to make money and just look after my mom, obviously.
I think we've all saw that one video.
Yeah, I look after my mum nice now. She's quit a full-time job.
Tired.
Yeah, completely. She's completely quit a full-time job.
There we go. Congratulations, bro.
She does things like she cleans like my her mum-in-law's house, like for like some cash just because she wants to.
Yeah, keep herself busy.
She likes to keep herself busy. Yeah, like she has little part-time things that she does. But yeah, she quit a full-time job.
How does that feel?
Feels good, to be honest. I mean, I like at first it felt like. To be honest, the feeling that you could imagine it feeling like is like, it's exactly what it felt like. It felt like amazing.
Yeah.
But now it's just normal, to be honest. Like now it is actually kind of just normal.
When was this?
This is about 3 or 4 months ago.
Okay.
Maybe.
When did we do our podcast? A bit before that?
Maybe around the same time, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know, I've lost a lot of perception on time recently.
Same. Business is all over the place.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Awesome.
Okay. But yeah, I think providing for my parents has been a big motivator. But to be honest, I think the main thing is I think it's just self-actualization. You know, when you've got like Maslow's hierarchy of needs and it's like, okay, well, at the bottom, the fundamental is we need to make sure that we can survive.
Yeah.
Make sure that we've got food on the table. Well, I live in the UK. You know, it's hard to not have food on the table in the UK. We've got such a massive support system in this country.
100%.
Well, that box is ticked off. And then you keep going up the hierarchy of needs. And it's like, because we are quite comfortable in today's age, I think like the fundamental thing at the top of that is self-actualization. It's the highest frequency where you're actually just trying to become who you're supposed to be. I think anyone that you're probably going to have on this podcast is probably meant to do something more than just average. I actually am
100%.
I'm a enormous believer on some people are meant to do above average things.
Yeah, 100%.
I think I'm one of those people.
I can already tell just from the first 5 minutes of having this conversation with you, I can tell you move in a very profound manner. And I want to know, I can definitely tell you've got a very bulletproof mindset. So talk me through your mindset. How did you adapt this? I'm guessing you got your work ethic from your mum, maybe?
Yeah, to be fair, yeah, my mum was quite a soldier, you know. So single parent household, like she was really holding it down when we was growing up, 100%. I mean, I don't know. My mum had good work ethic growing up, but I wouldn't say like, okay, like I think she had to do that to provide for her kids.
Yeah, 100%.
I think she was in a different mindset there. If I could tap into that mindset, that'd be amazing. But I'm never going to be a mother providing for my kids.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's a different ball game when you're trying to motivate yourself to wake up in the morning and go to war every day.
Yeah.
When you're comfortable, you're making bank, and you've got you've not got kids to feed. To my mom having to wake up and put food on the kids' table.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of people in this space now that are a little bit soft. I'm a fighter. I think that's it. I think I'm just a fighter. This is what I've been doing.
How did you adapt that mindset?
Well,
What sprung that
it's
onto
kill
you?
or be killed when you're fighting, mate. You know, it's like if I'm in a training camp and I'm about to fight a guy in front of my friends and family and he wants to take my head off. It's like I know I've got to put in the work leading up to that. I have to. It's a non-negotiable. I lost my first fight. I lost my first one.
Oh, really?
It's like that feeling is not a feeling that I ever wanted to have again, of losing this fight that my family have literally paid to watch me lose. So I don't know. I think the fighting helps. I think the fighting definitely helps.
No, that's good.
Reading.
Say again?
David Goggins. Have you read that book?
Yeah.
David Goggins.
I was just,
I haven't read it.
I was just
mentioned him
speaking
earlier,
about,
didn't we?
I was just speaking about David Goggins and his mindset and how I feel like he's been a positive influence. Okay, so let's talk about the online game. Okay, so you've been in it for around 3 years, I'm guessing?
Yeah, almost 4 to be honest now.
Okay, 3-4 years, right. What I've realized is every single person, this whole online money making game, it's always been a thing, but it only really sprung out and was actually a big industry when, again, the likes of Iman Gadzi, Andrew Tate, and Luke Belmar took over the industry, okay? My kind of question is, what is your opinion on self-improvement as a man and your values and what is your opinion on this whole new wave of just entrepreneurship?
To be honest, if I break down my life on a day-to-day basis, I'd say like the core fundamental thing that I do on a day-to-day basis is focused around self-improvement. It's not focused around business. I'd say like that is my main responsibility every day. If I was to actually like look at my day, it's like most of my time is actually spent on doing things that are going to make me better. And if I'm better, then my business is better.
Yeah.
I do a lot of weird things that people like, would probably be like, oh, that's just fucking pointless. A barefoot run. Like I barefoot run almost every day. I just go running barefoot. Why? It hurts more. And then again, like people are just not going to get it. Like you just don't get it unless you get it. It's something that my mentor taught me. He gets it.
I get that, to be honest, because not running barefoot. I don't know. I've never done that. I've never really thought about it.
Try it.
It's too much glass around South London, but little things like just waking up early. Like they're the basic ones. I feel like everyone does, but it's the grounding. You know what I mean? Running, stepping on grass in the morning. Like I did
Grounding's a big one. I like grounding. I like that you said that. It's good.
Grounding. Just the small things, the small habits, like morning routines. Everything, like every day for me is the same. Every single day, unless obviously I'm somewhere else. But even if I am somewhere else, I still wake up, hydrate, creatine, whatever. Right, as soon as I wake up, go to the gym. You know what I mean? It's those habits you get into. And I mean, how have habits like you've built over the years kind of affected your business?
And benefited you.
And benefited you.
The big one is daily objectives. I think that's the biggest habit. Just like knowing what you want to do every day. I can't believe people just be cruising through life and they don't have a little like tick list of what to do today. I don't know. People can't be trusted. In school, like you've got your timetable and you go to work. You've got things like someone has given you to do, but then when you step into the world where you're on your own,
it's a whole different accountability level.
You need to actually know that people can't be trusted to make a fucking calendar for themselves. It's crazy, but that's why they don't really get anywhere. The biggest thing, 100% hands down. Like if you think about it, 365 days a year, every year, day in day out, of just setting yourself a to-do list and doing it every day. I like to always do it before I go to bed as well. Some people do it first thing in the morning. For me personally, like first thing first thing in the morning is when I'm feeling like a bit of a princess, a bit of a bitch. I don't really want to get out of bed.
Yeah.
So I make sure to do it the night before.
Yeah.
Because our brains
It
work
gives you
in a
that.
way where we don't show sympathy for our future self, only our
100%.
current self. We'll never look like, I know future me wouldn't really want to do that. No, you'll be thinking at 3 a.m. like, tomorrow I'm going to have a sick day. You wake up in the morning and it's like,
Fuck this.
Yeah. So I always do it before I go to bed.
I preach that even with my fitness clients.
Yeah.
Right, because it's a habit everyone should get into. Is before you go to bed, like even just planning week, spending 20 minutes on a Sunday night to plan the next 7 days, and then every single day I have my to-do list. Like I literally, what you just said there, I do that every single day. And the way I see it as well is like, if you do that every single day for the next 365 days, you're gonna get so much done, to a point where you've like your levels above 99% of the people you're surrounding yourself with. You know what I mean?
Serious levels as well, because the thing is when you're setting yourself goals and you're actually taking time to do it ahead of time rather than just being reactive to the day, is you can make sure that you cover all of your different pillars as well. It's like with the business, obviously business is an important part of all of our lives, but there's other parts as well. Fitness, we've got great physiques looking around the room, looking after ourselves, making sure our diet's good.
Yeah.
Hydrating in the morning. Also, like relationship and family, making sure that our relationships are good. I literally will set time in my daily objectives to spend time with my mum or spend time with my girlfriend. It's an objective that I had to set myself sometimes.
Yeah.
It's funny actually, because as well, sometimes
Yeah.
you need to know when to sacrifice certain things.
100%.
Some days need more of a focus than other days.
Yeah.
My girlfriend is like, it was the funniest thing in the world, right? I told her that I can't call you tonight because I've got two more objectives to do. Like I just don't have time. And an hour later, I checked my phone and she'd made a full-on VSL edited video about pitching me on why her boyfriend should call her tonight. I thought that was really funny.
That's cute. Yeah.
What is your opinion on, are you a work hard or a work smart guy? Because me personally, I have this whole, like, I love all the little productivity hacks of, like, me personally, Jack's gonna completely hate me for saying this, but I feel like you don't deserve more than 4 hours of sleep a day. I feel like you should be having a lot of caffeine, a lot of nicotine a day. That's my opinion, okay? So are you a work hard 18, 19 hours a day, being brutal with it, being so aggressive with it where it's literally impossible for the universe not to give you exactly what you want? Or are you the type of guy that's like, I want 8 hours sleep, I want to be very productive, and what, are you a work hard or a work smart guy?
That's a good question. I like the way that you've worded that as well. I like that a lot. I like that. Me and you are going to get along. You don't mind me saying that last part, by the way, do you? No? Okay, cool. Yeah, well, to be honest, my whole philosophy is that, like, as a man, if you're just not working and if you're not just like being productive whilst you're awake, then what else is there actually to
What are you
do?
doing?
Like, I don't really know what there is to do. I mean, 4 hours a night every night. I will say it's like I have my seasons of having 8 hours and I have my seasons of having 4 hours.
Yep.
I have my seasons of like just no sleep, my seasons of having good sleep. I like having my 8 hours. There is a recessive gene that a lot of people have. Well, not a lot, but some people have. That means they can get away with sleeping less. For example, my mentor, he can sleep for 2 hours a day, be completely fine. It's a gene. Donald Trump, same gene. It's a gene. I don't have that gene. I do definitely feel like death.
You do.
I'm blessed with it.
Yeah.
In the past 3 days, I've slept a total of 9 hours.
That's crazy, mate.
I think it's great. I think it's a great gene to have.
It's amazing. And if I had that gene, I'd be milking it. I'd be
100%.
milking it dry.
Same.
If you've got an extra 4 hours a day every day, like on a long enough time frame, that's a pretty insane amount of extra work that you could get done.
Yeah, 100%.
That is my mindset. My mindset is like, okay, well, if I had an extra 4 hours a day, that 4 hours a day would actually be spent on work. All of my day is either I'm training, all of my day, it has to be bringing me towards one of my goals at some point. I've got my goals across all of my different buckets, which is, mindset, mind and body, work and career, relationships and family, even like networking and stuff like that. I've got all of my goals planned out for me, and every single moment of my day needs to bring me closer towards those things.
100%.
If I'm having dinner, it needs to be a good dinner that's going to bring me towards that. If I'm spending time with my girlfriend, it's going to bring me towards having my wife and family. That everything
Interesting.
has to be productive.
I've got a question. I mentioned this earlier.
Yeah.
Relationships.
Yeah. How do you balance? Because that's something I struggle with. Maybe Tyler, I don't know. But how do you
don't
balance?
deal with women.
Fair enough, mate.
How do you balance your relationships, your family, your work, and your social life in one? Because there's not enough time in the day, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's a good point, to be honest. So I don't know. I think it's just setting myself rules. I've got just lots of rules that I live by. I like rules. In fact, I'd actually consider my rules are like the highest order of authority of things that I listen to. If my rule is this and the actual law is this, I'm going to go with my own rule every time.
Okay.
I've got loads of, for example, like one of my, we won't get into that because I'll just get arrested for no reason. I won't incriminate myself on the podcast. So how do I balance everything? Yeah, it's just by setting myself. So for example, if I'm spending time with my girlfriend, what do girls like to do? Sometimes very silly, unproductive things. That's what girls like to do sometimes. So if I'm going to spend time with my girlfriend, I need to somehow make it somewhat like mutually beneficial here. Because if she wants to watch a movie, okay, well, we're not just going to stop watching some silly fuckers movie. Like, let's just bang on Rocky or something. Or bang on Troy. Something that I know I'm going to come out of that movie feeling inspired to just go back up to my office and work at 2 o'clock in the morning.
I don't think I've met anyone wired like you in my life.
But see, the thing is, I don't think that's outrageous.
I think that's good. Yeah.
And I think that the fact that that's even like, I don't know, to me that just seems kind of, I think that's what any logical man would do, really. Try and find, even like balancing social life. I mean, my social life is business. Look, we're socializing, guys. So we've got like a million lights and cameras around us, but guess what? We're socializing. Fantastic. Balance automatically.
100%.
I think peak male life is just when you can just find a way to win out of doing whatever you want to do. If I want to socialize, then cool. Alpha setters. I'll get my community together and we'll have
hop on a call. Yeah,
we'll go to Billions in Nottingham and we'll just talk about appointment setting. Or even if we're playing cards, I'm playing cards with my students. That's a good experience for them.
Yeah,
I like to just design my life in a way where everything's work and everything helps me get better.
Yeah,
okay.
That's my whole philosophy. That's how I balance it.
Would you agree? Okay, now we've kind of tackled your mindset. Okay, and we understand you're completely wired differently. Okay. Would you agree?
In a good way.
Yeah.
In a good way, 100% in a good way. Okay, 100%.
You guys should definitely get my mentor, Jordan Vassas, on the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
He's an interesting one.
Would you say your network is your net worth?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Like, I definitely think I've had so many, like, you could be talking to someone through your network and it could just be one small little snippet that you get from them that just triggers so many thoughts in your brain that can completely change your life. There's conversations that I've had with my mentor where it's just tiny little random things have just triggered some revolutionary like understandings and mindset shifts for myself. So I think networking's important. You never know when you're going to need that network. For example, you 100%. Boys have just started a new podcast. Network's going to come in real handy right now.
Oh, yeah.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah, like, I think network is important.
We got some big names coming on soon as well. Be really good.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, network's good, mate. I neglected it for a long time, to be honest. I thought the whole process of that whole thing was...
network's great, but there are people, like, in my opinion, if you haven't built up anything in the first place, you should work on yourself first.
Yeah.
Build up your business, your skills, your expertise, or do something before, like, become someone before you try and just like spend all your time talking to people, in my opinion.
I do agree. Though, however, I have actually seen firsthand, like I have seen, if you can actually just be like charismatic and be a cool guy that people want to hang around with, you can network with some serious players just by being a cool guy.
Just by speaking.
That's
literally how I feel like if you articulate yourself in a very profound manner, you can be in rooms with people you shouldn't particularly be in.
A key to networking as well is like really just like understanding who you're talking to. Door to door was like the biggest thing for me, being able to
learn how to speak
be
to
a chameleon. Right. For example, it's like I was at this cigar festival that I got invited to. And I was just casually sat on the table with like he sold a company for like a ridiculous amount of money. He owned the world's #1 rice company. Really random, old school guy. He had so much aura. He had a full on entourage behind him, blacked out cars, people just watching him like he was filthy rich. And I'm just having a proper good time at the table. He kept like gifting me stuff and like anything I wanted, he'd just order it to the table, buy it. And he's just giving me stuff, free stuff. Because he was an old timer. He's got so much aura. You can tell that people would just kind of like
respect him.
I was just being his cheeky little grandkid that he never had. I was being his cheeky grandson. I was actually just being a joke. I was calling him old time. I didn't even know his name. I was calling him old time. And I was actually just being like his cheeky little grandson. And it's something that I learned from Doors. It's like you just understand the people that you're talking to and you treat them accordingly.
Yeah. And
if you're a cool guy and you're just likable and you're good energy, because one thing that I can say myself as an entrepreneur is like, I don't want anyone around me that takes away from my aura. Like genuinely, I'm a big believer on like protect, you've heard protect your energy at all costs.
100%.
Protect your aura. Protect your aura at all costs. I don't want anyone around me that's going to take away from my aura, because that's going to affect what I do on a day-to-day basis.
100%.
If my girlfriend for some reason was like taken away from my aura and I just had some nagging girlfriend and I had to sit here in the Uber on the way here for a podcast, you don't think that's going to affect your aura? Do you know how you can just actually look a grown man in the eyes and be like, he's got no aura. Why? He's going home to a nagging wife. It's biblical. Like that's... It literally says in the Bible, it's better for a man to just sleep alone in a desert with no food and water than be with a nagging one.
That's great.
You can't have anyone that takes away from your aura.
Would you influence anyone to get closer to God? Would you say that's the
100%.
best, a crucial part of your entrepreneurship journey?
If we're talking about aura, right? Like imagine a guy that there's nothing that you can do to him. There's nothing that you can say to him. You can threaten him with death. He doesn't give a fuck because he knows he's going to go be with God. Like that is the definition of aura, because what can you do to that guy? Nothing.
You can't do anything.
That is aura, so 100%. I think having God behind you gives you a level of power that you just can't access. There's no way to fill that void. I think every man we've got the physical aspects of things, we've got the mental aspects of things, we've got the spiritual aspects of things, and that spiritual power is infinite. Our physical power it's limited. Our mental. But the spiritual is infinite. I think every man needs to tap into that. Been a massive part of my life.
100%.
If you saw me before I found God, you'd be like, who the fuck is that guy?
Okay.
Genuinely, you'd be like, wow, that's mad.
I have a question for you. If you was to go back, okay, let's say from your 16, 17-year-old self, would you challenge yourself and make sure, what would you say to your 16, 17-year-old self that would completely flick the switch in you?
So at 16, 17 years old, I mean, the only things that I particularly cared about was GTA and alcohol, to be honest.
Interesting.
So if I was to talk to my 16, 17-year-old self, I would have told myself to get the biggest knife in my kitchen and put it through my PS4. I would have told myself to make a commitment to myself, look myself in the eye and say that I'm never going to touch a drop of alcohol again until I've retired my mother. That's what I would do if I was to talk to my 16-year-old self. I think most people hold themselves back, to be honest.
And what made you flick that switch, would you say?
David Goggins. I read that book and I've never felt like more of a bitch, to be honest, because I was like, I was working at Amazon. I hated the job. I knew I hated the job. Didn't do anything about it. And I was packing this book all the time. It just, something about the book just looked interesting. So I just bought it one day, read it. And after just reading about everything that David went through, I mean, the beginning of the book is talking about his current situation. Well, the situation that he was in when he was big, fat and smelly. And then, how he looked himself in the eyes, decided that he's going to change. And then he went on to do all of these amazing things. And I was like, that's me right now. I don't know. I just resonated with the book and I just read it. I was like, yeah, like I am literally that stage where even though I'm not big, fat and smelly, I am a drunk little loser that sat here playing GTA all day. That was the flip. I don't know. I read that and I could never go back.
Do you encourage people to read books?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay,
I encourage people to read that book. I encourage everyone to read that book. I've read it about 12 times. I've read it every fight camp. I always reread it. Everyone should read Can't Hurt Me, David Goggins.
Is there three people? Who's the three people you could name that you look up to?
Jordan Rassas, David Goggins, and no, Jordan Rassas, David Goggins, probably some like Chris Eubank Jr. was a big one for me growing up, and Conor McGregor, like fighters. So I've always watched fighters.
Interesting.
But my mentor Jordan, again, you should get him on the pod. He's big in sales. He's the one that got me on like the barefoot running and stuff like that. That's his thing. He doesn't really talk about it. He doesn't talk about it at all. Like he's blowing up on social media, but he's got this whole side to himself. Like you can see why he's leveled up so much. So Jordan's a big one. And then David Goggins, like my whole philosophy on life, my whole...
Those are flies. Okay, sorry, mate, my bad.
My whole philosophy on life, my whole mindset just comes from that book of Can't Hurt Me.
Where was your reactions? Quick reactions?
No, I just, nothing really threatening was going on. I was just kind of like, what the fuck was that? I don't know.
Just need to make sure you're all good. Yeah. But yeah.
I'm okay.
No, I just want to ask a quick question. How important has fitness been to your journey?
Yeah, big, mate. Big. I think, I mean, you'll know, like, when you go to the gym in the morning, yeah, even though you'd think, like, okay, well, I've just used energy, so I'm not going to have more energy after. I'm going to be tired after I've been to the gym. But it's like, I can't really explain it. I'm not a scientist, but just training every day just seems to make me feel a lot more energized.
I agree, but I feel like this new generation of gym is gay.
Explain.
I do. I feel like this whole posing in boxers and doing all, I think that's gay. I think that's weird.
Do you think that's new generation?
That's new generation. That is the soft.
What about like
that's
Arnold
been-
Schwarzenegger?
That's been around for.
No,
That's been there.
That's
bro.
different, bro. You don't understand what I mean. I'm on about this TikTok, Instagram, like posing to me. I think that's gay.
Fair enough.
I think that's gay. I stand.
Being
Everything.
on TikTok and posing in your boxes to music, I mean, that probably is gay.
It is. Thank you very much.
I've not been exposed to this content, though, to be honest.
No, There we go.
Now it makes me look
this
weird.
doesn't come up on
Cheers.
my For You page.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on
But that
on yours.
probably
Oh.
is gay. But I don't know. I'm not a big gym bro, to be honest. I'm
That's
not a big
what I
gym
meant. This
guy.
whole Ziz movement.
You're not speaking my language. Not
Yeah,
speaking
I don't
my
know what that
language at
means.
all.
I don't know.
Do you know what I want about? You know, like the whole, like the 16, 17-year-old kids when they like play hard style in the music in the gym.
Do you think
Well,
hardstyle's gay?
I think so. I think it is
I don't
very
know,
gay.
I've banged out some PVs to hardstyle.
I don't even know what hardstyle is.
It's just this like music that
Loud.
it's a raging headache, but
Okay.
it does get you.
Is that
fired
what
up
you
in the
put
gym.
in the headphones at one
Yes.
time? Oh, that.
Yeah.
You literally were listening to it.
Oh. You get my point. You get
I
my
don't
point.
wanna-
Anyways,
Hard
right,
style's gay.
let's move on. Let's move on.
Projecting.
So, in the next,
But,
what is your plans in the next 3 to 6 months? You, overall person, business, every aspect.
So I can tell you my plans. So the first thing that I need to get done. So I've got a couple of trips next week, going to Prague, and then I'm going to Croatia. And then during this whole thing, I'm back and forth with manufacturers at the moment to just keep getting samples for these copper products that I want to get started. Because I need that. I need this. I need to have the final product. I need to have stock before the end of December.
Why?
Because January the 5th, I'm getting a flight to Thailand, a one-way flight to Thailand. I'm not one of these guys that's just kind of going, Thailand, silly fuckers, let me go travel around the place. I've got no desire whatsoever to do that. If I wanted to go travel around and explore, I'd probably just go to the Lake District, to be honest.
Yeah.
Probably won't go to Thailand. But I want to have a professional Muay Thai fight. I think it's cool. I've been to Thailand before, didn't have a fight. That's a bit soft. That haunts me every day. So I need to go over there and finish business. So go to Thailand, have a fight camp, have a fight, take out one of the Thais in their own stadium. And then as soon as I get back from Thailand, I'm going to move up north. I'm just going to move into the countryside, surround myself with sheep. And I'm just going to have like a insane lock-in season
There we go.
around sheep.
That's what I
Up
like.
north.
I'm a type of person, me personally, and I stand on this. Everything I say it with conviction. Fuck Dubai and fuck Miami. That lifestyle I don't agree with. I feel like if you know anything about Surrey and about that areas, I like the greenery. I like I like what the UK is, okay? Not the UK. I like what England used to stand for. I don't know what's going on now. I'm gonna keep my opinions to myself, but I genuinely like how it used to be with the whole greenery, and I like that. So why is that? Because again, most people in this online space, they hit their 10K a month mark and are like, right, it's time, sell a course, go to Miami, rent a C8. Why are you different? What made you go that route?
You bring up a fantastic point there, and I think we are going to get along on so many things, mate. Because I'm the biggest guy for that. Everyone starts making money, and then they grow a tail, and off they go, scurry away like a little rat to Dubai, and it's. I mean, I'm not complaining because at least all the rats can be together, and I can be over here and be with my sheep. I think the UK is genuinely like people think I'm actually just like exaggerating, but like I think if you disagree, then you've actually just not explored the UK.
Yeah.
I think it is one of the most beautiful countries in the world.
It is.
Like wholeheartedly. I mean, Croatia's nice. Everyone knows Croatia's cool. My sales manager flies over from Croatia all the time, and he's like, "Mate, like I'm just blown away with actually how beautiful your country is." I thought it was just knife crime. No, mate, it's not. It's not knife. It's to be honest, even when I'm in London, to be honest, it's like I even like being in London. I'm not much of a city person.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, "Oh, London, you're gonna get stabbed. Be careful." It's like I've literally knocked doors for 6 months in the most deprived parts of London. 6 months straight. I'd never be going to like some posh area to sell gas and electric. I'm going to shitholes. Croydon, Peckham. I'm going to the places where people need to save money on their bills. I've never seen a mad thing. Seen like maybe one person get arrested, but I've not seen people running at each other with swords. I've not seen a mad thing. Like, I've been fine. I've been walking around with an iPad and not even been pressured or G-checked once. I'm like, it's not that bad, is it? It's not that bad. But genuinely,
I think it's just
up north, the countryside, paradise, beautiful.
Yeah.
Go to the Lake District. Tell me our country's
100%.
our country's ugly, our country's failing. Go to the Lake District. Everyone's nice.
Where's the Lake District?
It's northwest.
I haven't been there for a very long time.
I've never been there in my life. I've never
Really?
stepped foot out of London.
Mate, you need to go. You need to go.
London and Surrey is where I'll always stay. I've never gone anywhere north. I don't associate with that areas.
You don't associate with the
No.
north.
Well, we're going to go Manchester soon, so
yeah.
we're getting quite a few people for the bit like the trading
Mate,
guys.
I need to show you I need to introduce you to my people.
Yeah, I like your videos.
Yeah.
To be honest, I love the countryside. I haven't been out for a while. My whole family are all about country, animals and stuff. But it's like, for me right now, it's like I'm in a sort of lock-in phase. Work, they go away, I'll stay. You know what I mean? Until I get to a point where, yeah, I'm happy to go out and spend a few days there, here and there. But until then, I won't be doing that. You know what I mean?
Makes sense. I definitely think you both need to see what the country's all
no,
about.
I have. He hasn't.
Yeah, you need to see what the country's about.
I've actually gone more places out of the UK than in the UK.
I think that's a common thing. I think a lot of people are in that position. And one thing that I say to people as well is like just take a weekend out of your month and just decide to go explore somewhere in the UK. For example, like there's so many places that you can go. You can go to a city, you can go to a town, a village, or just stay in the countryside somewhere. York's a good place. We spent a weekend in York. That's like a preserved medieval town up north. Really cool place. Like there's so many cool places that you can go. But yeah, people's just like Spain and like
Marbella and stuff like that. Yeah.
Actually, like just take time to have a look around.
Yeah. To be fair, I understand that, but it's more the weather. Even though the weather's quite nice.
No,
here.
I like the rain.
You like
I like the cold.
I like warm weather. I want to go to Caribbean or something. I want a place in the Caribbean.
Bitch boy mentality.
Yeah, but I think we can all agree that a summer's day in the UK, like you can't really beat it.
No, I don't like the sun.
No,
I love the rain and I love the cold.
You know when it's transitioning from spring to summer, and you just get that one like first like really hot day when automatically the wife beaters are out. Everyone's in the garden drinking. You can smell barbecues going on everywhere.
It's quite nice. Yeah,
that first hot day in the UK where everyone's just gassed.
You hear the lawn mowers going.
There's nothing better than that day. When that day comes, it's a good day.
Yeah,
you know.
What would you say your 3 core values and principles are as a man? See, me personally, I stand by 3 things: external humbleness, loyalty and brotherhood, and then respect. That's my 3 that I stand by. So what would you say your 3 are?
Easy. Like as soon as you said that, I was like, wow, that's a great question, because this has been on the top of my whiteboard for the last 5 years. 5 years ago, my room is really small. I've basically just got bed and TV. Just bed, TV and wardrobe. 5 years ago, I got rid of my TV. I gave it away. And I replaced it with a whiteboard. And ever since I got the TV, this has never been rubbed off my board. It's the same. It's been there for 5 years. At the top of the board, it goes as follows: be a strong man, lead by example, and provide for my family. Those are the 3 things that's always been there.
I think they all align with what I said. Respect,
I agree,
stuff
100%.
like 100%.
100%.
Interesting. Would you say about respect? I mean, that's something I feel like a lot of people lack nowadays. What is your opinion on that?
I think we lack honor. I think that's the word for it. I think we're not like, there's a lot of men that live with no honor, and I think in the online space especially, there's a positive feedback loop at the moment, which is rewarding the wrong behavior.
Yep.
Because it's in this bubble of like making money online. It's like the thing of value there, the thing that is going to make you more valued, the thing that's going to make you more respected by other people is how much money's on the Stripe dashboard. And how you got that money doesn't seem to come into question.
No.
For example, it's like I've definitely been in rooms where there's someone that's making bank and we all know that it's not very ethical bank, but everyone's still gassing it. Everyone's respecting it. Everyone's like actually really acknowledging and worshipping the ground that he walks on. When it's like realistically, it's like, my man, you're selling a course about meme coins and how meme coins actually made you all this money when
it was the course.
When last week, I'm pretty sure you was telling me about how Amazon FBA bought you this lifestyle. So what's changed in the past week? You know, I think,
there's a lot of fake. Would you say it's very fake?
There's just a lot of dishonorable moves being made, And if I think back to, if you're talking about how Britain used to be, what Britain used to stand for, I think honour has been it's been a thing that we have actually stood on. You would never see a knight back in the day. That's why I see all of us walking around, all of those people that are doing particularly well for ourselves at a young age. We would have been the knights of like a different time. We would have been like the knights. We were above average. We've stood out. We're doing well for ourselves. A knight would never act in such a way. A knight was expected to hold himself with honour above everything. He would die on his sword in order to protect his promise. That's what a knight used to live by. We're not doing that.
How are you dealing? Because again, I've seen how I actually came across your page, okay? And I remember I DM'd Jack and I was like, we need to get this guy on instantly.
Yeah.
How are you dealing with, because again, this is what I've noticed about a lot of people, okay? They're very, very, very scared about posting on social media and they're scared about the backlash they're gonna get on, okay? I've seen with you, don't give two fucks, okay? You post your content, you put it out there, and I like that, okay? Apologies for swearing, but I'm just very straightforward. And I've noticed there's a lot of people, they like to say some very negative shit. How do you deal with that? Because again, you're still here and you don't give a shit.
To be honest, I mean, I've actually had to buy one of those devices. Those devices that lock you out of like your social media.
Oh yeah.
I've got that as well.
Yeah, I had to buy one because I was getting too much dopamine from it. To be honest, all of these racist comments that would come in, I'd actually be laughing my head off. I'd find it so funny. It was so hilarious to me that it was giving me too much dopamine. I'd be checking my phone too much, reading racist comments and laughing at them. Because that's all it is. It's just some like job seeking allowance scumbag at the other end of a phone that I'm actually laughing at. I'm laughing at them.
Yeah.
Like, look at you. Like, you've got no job and you comment on my Instagram. Like,
how does a skin color define who you are?
No,
Weird.
it doesn't. It doesn't at all. So yeah, I mean, how do I deal with it, mate? It's like, I don't know. I just find it funny, to be honest.
I feel like you get to a point where you just don't care, and the people who do care, they're
the ones that are never going to make it far in life.
Yeah,
they're the ones that are going to be sat there on the sidelines.
I was actually just sat here thinking, it's like, well, how do I even give actionable advice to those people? Like, how do you disassociate yourself from that? Like, how do you not care? And I actually think it's what you just. I think it's just a level that you get to. I think once you get to a certain level, then you're just not going to care. And if you do care, you're not at the level. You're not that guy yet. So focus on becoming that guy. If you was that guy, then you wouldn't care.
You wouldn't care. Yeah,
exactly.
How did you become that guy?
Just work every day, pal. Honestly, it's like when you break yourself down on a day-to-day basis, and then you get in little comments on Instagram. It's like, well, you don't care. You're that guy because your life is going to be a lot more difficult than dealing with negative comments on social media.
How's personal brand affected you and your journey in this online game?
It's a good one, actually, because it's like personal branding. It's like I really took a different step towards it. It's like originally, early days, I had a niche following, which is what all of the gurus would suggest, and it was making me good money for my business. But I don't know, I just kind of, the same way that we spoke a lot about today, about, there's a lot of these guys in info that I don't really admire, I don't really want to be like them. I just kind of want to do my own thing.
Yep.
I'm not particularly motivated to just continue scaling it. Oh, let me hit 100K a month next and then let me do 200. It's like, I know I'm going to be very rich in life. I'm already in a position where I've retired my mum, paid off my stepdad's mortgage. I'm very comfortable. I don't need to hit 100K next month. So let me just focus on building something long term, which I can be like really proud of.
Yeah.
Which is why I started posting a lot more about men's self-improvement and a lot more about like a positive message about the UK.
If you was to... Sorry, did you want to say something?
I was just going to say, actually, no, I can't. I forgot now. Go on.
If you was to say someone, okay, so someone's on the edge of posting, okay, they're scared about building their personal brand, they're scared about what people will think about them, what would you say to them for them to take that leap? Or just in general, okay? They want to go into entrepreneurship and they're just sat on the sidelines like a bitch. What would you say to them?
I mean, the main thing is like this, the same with podcasting, the same with fighting, the same with absolutely anything in the world is you're going to get better as you go along. And the best way to learn is by actually doing the thing. Like, you're going to learn a lot more from doing rather than just like, sitting on your hands, being a peeping Tom and watching from the sidelines. So I'd say there's no advantage to posting later rather than sooner. It's only going to be beneficial to just bite the bullet, get started, and then adapt as you go.
100%.
So, I mean, it's a logical thing. It's like, if we can sit here and think logically, it's more advantageous for me to post sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
And then you still need convincing after the fact that it's logical. Then just don't do it then. I don't care. I spoke
to someone the other day. It was like every post you put out is like another lottery ticket.
Yeah.
That's the way.
That's a great way to look
That's the
at
way.
it.
And to be honest, that's the way I've been thinking about it for the past 4 years of posting, with all my football stuff that I started back in the day, the gym stuff. Like, I've always thought about it like that, not that specifically, but like, yeah, if you think about every bit of content you post out is one lottery ticket. You know what I mean? You post out 4 or 5 a day, that could be more.
I was deep in it actually. I remember having this conversation with my girlfriend, right?
Yeah.
It's like when so I'd been posting content for years, and it was like earlier this year, maybe about 3 months ago now, I fired my creative director and has decided I'm going to take over my content. I want to push this in where I want to push it now. I'm going to take care of it. And I set myself a goal. I wanted to hit 10K by the end of the month. It'd taken me years to get to 4K followers. I just fired my creative director and I said, okay, I'm going to double it and some. And I did it. I smashed the target easily. Yeah. I was on like 12K followers by the end of the month. A month later, I was on 20,000 followers.
Yeah.
And I was actually just deep in it. I was like, Angel, like actually that deep this. Like obviously the followers is like, this is not going to necessarily change my life right now, but it is obviously going to be beneficial.
Yeah. It means something to you.
Imagine if I was just like the guy that was still working at Amazon and I just woke up and I just had 10,000 followers one day. Like I'd actually be able to monitor. That would actually make such a massive difference in my life if I was still like just working at Amazon, even if it was an extra 500 quid a month from this extra stream of income, which is my Instagram. And I was just deep in it. I was like, well, this is how easy it is to win. Like the opportunity right now that we've got in the world has never been greater. It's so easy. All I did was what? Post on Instagram twice a day.
Yeah.
An Instagram video. And I'm on 10,000 followers. Like the average normal like person could do that and actually change their life forever if they just got started. But I was just deep in it. I was like, wow, mad opportunity.
There's so much opportunity out there. That's one thing that separates people like yourself to the average person is you look for opportunity. Every opportunity that comes your way, I feel like you take it. It's the same with like everyone here. Like we saw an opportunity to start this podcast because we have a good network now. We know people. Like we've obviously built up our businesses as well, so we've got a bit of money to invest. So it's like, why don't we do it? And I've been thinking about it for a while. To be honest, I was going to start it with one of our other friends in December. I don't know, because I'm running up another podcast as well. But it was like, I wanted to get it going now. As soon as Tyler came in, was like, bro, let's do this. I was like, 100%. I've been thinking about it for a while. I've been super busy with work and I've been running up another podcast. So it's like, obviously I didn't mind pushing it back a little bit. But as soon as Tyler came in and I found a studio a bit closer, it was like, it's a no-brainer. You know what I mean? So it's just about taking
That's what I've
those
noticed.
opportunities.
I feel like I'm going to say this and I've got one question for you that you're going to like. Okay. So I feel like I've noticed with a lot of people, if you want to make it far in life, you have to move with speed and inputs 100%. And people that sit there on the sidelines, like I thought that I did. The second I said, fuck this, I'm doing a podcast. I had no meaning behind my life. I was running an agency. It was doing all right. I was 17 making 50K a month. Great. That's all good and all. Okay. But I had no meaning behind me. I was lost. So I was like, all right. I called up Jack. I was like, we're making a podcast. Logo, name generated, Instagram generated, up within an hour. And we booked our first one 24 hours later with Alex Slater, one of my good friends. Now, that's all good, okay? Now I've got a question for you. If you was to die today, okay, yeah, and you had a son, what is there one quote you would wish he listened to and took with him for the rest of his life?
It's such an easy one for me because it's probably Alex Hormozy because he says stuff like this all the time, which is work so hard it becomes unreasonable for you not to win. It always sticks with me.
There we go.
Always.
100%. That's the one for me as well.
100%. Little Temmy's going to know that from a young age. Just work so hard with anything. Work so hard it just becomes unreasonable not to win.
Do so much that, what was the other one? Do so much volume that it's impossible to lose as well. There's another one there. It's the same thing.
Yeah, that's the thing that people need to realise. It's like, you can look at certain people and be like, oh, he was lucky. But like, I mean, luck is a factor in everything. But like, luck is an important skill to get, if anything. Like if anything, you want to look at, okay, I've got a stat bar, which is luck, and you want to maximize that bar as much as possible, and you do that through volume.
It's like a
So
battle pass.
Do you believe in luck?
Yeah, 100%.
I don't.
I do believe in luck. I think luck is something that is like, I would look. If I'm actually going to hire someone, like, and I want like a core member of my team, I'm going to look for someone that's got a lot of luck. No, I think
And how do you find
I think it was
someone-
Napoleon that was actually like this. It's like if someone was lucky, he'd promote them to general, and if they were unlucky, then he would demote them and get them out of his army. He wouldn't have unlucky people around him. I do believe in luck. I think there's a lot of things that there's a lot of forces in the world that can't really be explained. But the thing that we want to do is we want to try and gain those forces into our favor. Like, we're talking about. You don't believe in luck.
No.
Well, obviously,
I think-
adding in more volume,
Yeah.
is gonna
Generate some sort of more.
fizzle out the appearance of luck.
Yeah.
But I still think there's luck. But you just got to maximize your chances.
I mean,
You can create luck.
Yeah.
exactly. You can create your own luck. Some people in their first business smash it. Some people in their fifth business fail again. And it takes them 10, 20 businesses for them to succeed. So that's all good. We've kind of understood
Do
this
you know
now.
what I think luck comes down to as well, though?
What?
It's going down to this point of aura. I actually genuine aura is actually something that it sounds weird. Like we just kind of throw around this word as a joke, but it's something that I think is to be studied
It's
massively.
that authority. You've
Yeah.
got.
Yeah.
I mean, authority is a good that you say that because the word comes from auctoritas, which was a Roman word. The Romans used it, and basically every man of like the Roman Republic every upper class man would dedicate their life to gaining something called auctoritas, which was authority / commanding presence, is what they called it, aura.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's like everything that there was two ways to gain aura, auctoritas. It was by winning military glory. Gaining political office or winning military glory. Those were the two ways to gain auctoritas. And I think it's like if you are like you'll notice people that just seem to effortlessly just win in life. You could be like, look, he happened to be in the same room with this person at that time or something, like something happened. But realistically, his aura was clearly good. He was attracting things to him. It's like, okay, he was in the same room, but like, okay, well, why did they build a great relationship? Why did that guy all of a sudden want to talk to that guy? I see it in real time. I see when I'm with my mentor, we'll be walking down and just some random guy will just come up to him and be like, you've got a lot of charisma. And then it will be just some random sales director from some like mad company in London. And it's well, that's a connection that's just happened because he had auctoritas, he had aura. I think luck fundamentally does come down to having aura. I think a lot of things in life come down to actually.
That's how you carry yourself. But then that comes down to
100%.
so many factors as well. Like the reason why I'd say when I first met you, Temi, it was like, yeah, I know Temi's got something going for him. Like I didn't know you, I didn't know what you did, but I knew you had something going for you. That's because number one, you look after yourself. Your fitness is good. You're in shape. And you've got a meaning. You've got a goal. And I feel like as a man, everyone needs a goal.
A man needs a mission.
A mission, yeah.
That's 100%. I think like if you're a young guy and you want to change your life right now, you want to get back on track, the first thing that you need is a mission. Like James Bond didn't just end up saving the day every day just because he woke up and wanted something to do. He had a mission. Well, then you can argue, well, would someone gave James Bond a mission? I was like, well, yeah, someone's giving you a mission, but you're just so detached from that side that you don't know what it is. You're not listening. Like if you listened, you'd know what your mission is. People are too comfortable. That's why they don't know their mission.
Yeah.
If you want to figure out your mission, the first thing that you need to do is you need to get out of your nice, heated or air-conditioned house where you've got mom's making dinner. Like go somewhere uncomfortable and then you're going to find your mission.
100%.
I totally agree.
What's your opinion on the school education system?
I don't really like it, to be honest. So I'm definitely leaning towards homeschooling my children. But the thing is, it's a dangerous thing for me to say on a podcast because I don't think everyone can be trusted to homeschool their children.
Yeah, 100%.
I didn't really like the education system. The thought of sending my daughters and sons to public school makes me sick to my core. If I think back to public school, I think of a gang of black kids literally like running the school, threatening to stab teachers and dealing drugs on the playground. I think of boys and girls in the year above having sex and smoking weeds in the toilets. Like I think of these are the things that I think of when I think of public school at 15 years of age. I'm like, yeah, I really wouldn't want my kids to be exposed to that environment.
How would you say your relationship has benefited you with your girlfriend?
It's good, mate. Just having that feminine energy, just to inspire you to go out there and win. Like at the end of the day, I've looked after my mum. I've looked after my stepdad. So now what I've got to motivate myself is on future pleasure. My future pleasure being having a wife and bare kids and living in the countryside and being able to provide for everyone. Most there's an overwhelming majority of billionaires that had a wife and kids before the age of 30. I'm a big believer on family values, and it's becoming so rare now to the point where in the future, this is actually going to be the thing that's like the biggest flex is to actually have a functioning family.
And that's what I've realised.
And why do you think that's rare? Down to social media and...
I think society is going down a really weird
dark path.
Yeah, in terms of like
OnlyFans.
There's all these like a million different attacks on it at the same time, coming from every angle possible. Like there's the extreme red pill space. There's the OnlyFans going on. Even like just like imagine like you've got your girlfriend there, and you know she's posting a picture, and she's just getting loads of guys there 24/7 messaging
liking her.
I don't know. I just think social media as a whole and just our whole mindset on life is just becoming a little bit tapped.
Would you...
even also,
what is your opinion on the modern generation of dating?
It's like, it's a weird minefield because it's like, you know, I've been dating my girlfriend, like it's only been this year. It's been like 5 or 6 months. I'm 23 years old. I had that autistic lock-in stage. You know, I had the arc where like I had 6 boxing fights in a year, and I built my business from 0 to 20K a month. Like that was like the arc. That was a lock-in year. No friends, no gal, nothing.
No, I agree. That's what I like. I feel like me personally,
that's what you're in now, isn't it?
Well, no, what it is with me, bro. I've completely, the second I jumped into this space in around January, girlfriend gone. And every single person around me gone. It was me locked in my room 18 hours a day. Monsters, snus, nicotine, and a screen. That's all I wanted. That's kind of how I built it.
I can very much remember because I mean I met you it was Jan.
Yeah.
Hit gym a few times, then he just disappeared, bro. I remember this guy just disappeared off the face of the earth. I didn't see him for 6 months. Came back and he was on 50K. I was like, oh my God.
It's cool.
Fair play, bro.
But my kind of reason why I done that is because at the end of the day, I had no purpose. And if you don't have a purpose in life, as you said, what's the point of living? I look at it as like, if you are sat there, and this is what I've realized as well, as around brotherhood as well. I would much rather have 3 people around me or 2 people around me that are straight A player killers than 10 people around me that you have to watch every second because they might backstab you. That's what I mean. But I feel like if you have the right people around you, you have 2 people around you, you're going to 10x your growth exponentially.
I completely agree. I agree with every point of that. There's a lot of people that want to backstab you in this industry. Like a lot of people. It's a lesson that everyone's going to learn at some point. There's not really any way that I can kind of give a lesson to avoid them. You're just going to have to deal with them. You're going to have to learn the lesson.
100%.
But I like what you did there, mate. The you know, you had your little Batman arc where you just locked yourself in a cave and just
I like that,
came
though.
out as a winner, and I love it. It's cool.
I can remember your skin was messed up though, bro. Like literally, that's how I knew he was locked in his room.
My skin was, I know it's still like not great, but bro, it was fucked. I have a picture I'll show you after this. It was fucked. And that's kind of what I sacrificed. I sacrificed everything. I sacrificed my relationship with my parents. I spoke to them maybe once every 2 weeks. I'd go downstairs and I'd speak to them. Apart from that, I'm in my room, go in and shower every morning, every night, and that's it. That's the only time.
Sometimes sacrifices have to be made.
They have to.
A man will always sacrifice for his mission. It's I think a man's mission is always the most important thing.
Yeah.
It's like I think you should be willing to sacrifice everything for that.
I totally agree.
Another thing that I like, so I'll get back onto the dating question in a second because I think it's a good question. But I like what you've done there because sometimes I think men we are quite simple creatures.
Yeah.
It's like sometimes if you actually just want to get the most out of yourself, is you need a mission, but it needs to be cool. Like sometimes men are just as simple as just making something cool. So one thing I'm a big believer of is giving like your little projects or your little missions a name. I like to give things a name. Right, for example, like a project that I had was like Octoritas Maximus or something like that. I'll just give it like a cool name. For example, like, okay, you want to make 10K a month, but like, what if it's like Operation 10K? Like you just make it, you just give it like a cool name.
Like Project X for that.
Like Project X. You just give it like a cool name and you've got like a cool objective.
We should give this podcast a name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a name.
Yeah, like a project name. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like waking up, like let's say you've got your marketing agency and like waking up to like do some split testing and do some data analysis of like the spreadsheets. It's like pretty boring. But if I'm waking up to get started on project X, it's like, okay, I'm gonna
this
wake up
sounds
now.
sick. This is a next level thing. This is
like,
time to take it to the next level.
If you like actually like convince yourself like, oh yeah, like I'm Batman right now. Like, you know when guys will just have like their screensaver and it'll be like Batman or something.
Yeah.
Like, I actually think that works a lot because if you can just tap into that and just be sitting there thinking
that
like,
mindset,
that maybe you're listening to Batman music or some shit. I actually think we're so simple to the point where that actually works. It's weird and
Just
I don't
like
know, as weird as it
yeah.
is, I think
I know
that
what you mean.
works very well.
I know. Yeah. And then what? Yeah, we're just gonna go on to the dating side.
Yeah.
Well, we haven't got long left, so. go
Okay,
on.
so I'll get this point. So obviously I had my arc. And then the year after that, after I finished with my arc, I was like, New Year's resolution, back on the dating market, gonna start dating. And I was a serial dater. I was going on bare dates, and I was just traumatized by the state of this market. You know, I was just like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Like, I was like, these actual, like, I'm dating 20-year-old girls that don't seem to have any sort of urgency for actually getting married and having children. I'm like, well, this is just broken.
Yeah.
Like, I just think
Love Island, I genuinely believe, is a core for that.
she knows about Love Island. I didn't speak to her for 24 hours because she watched Love Island.
Oh no,
she watched it once.
I would never speak to a girl if they
Love Island
genuinely
is
sit there and
banned.
watch Love Island.
no.
It's banned.
Love Island is seriously banned.
100%.
It's absolutely ruining our society, like in real time. It's horrible.
Genuinely.
Yeah, I was just shocked by like these women just don't seem to care about family and getting married anymore, and it's a bit sad, to be honest, because they're gonna learn eventually.
Yeah.
But right now their priorities are just a little bit messed up. But I think guys' priorities are messed up as well.
Yeah.
I think guys have been fed this red pill lie, and women have been fed this independent woman lie.
White lie, yeah.
It's just everything's a mess.
That is a shame. I
It's
genuinely
hard. I
feel
think
like
it's hard to find
the right one.
the right. I mean, to be honest with myself right now, I feel like I'm still testing the waters with my girl, but it's like, yeah, I think she's right.
No, don't say that.
Why?
No.
You don't think?
No. You don't need a girl in your
you're
life,
quite
bro.
red
I don't
pill.
want to speak to you about that.
Red pill.
I'm not red pill. You don't need a girl in your life. You need a
You
mission.
do. You
No,
need
not
a wife.
not for me
Everyone
now.
needs a wife.
Maybe not right now.
Okay,
You're
so
only
I'm going to
18.
stand on this. You're going to think this is very controversial. A woman is the distraction of 99% of your problems. You have a problem, you can go to her. Nowadays, women are just. You go to her, obviously, because again, if you come into a problem and you need some sort of emotional support to an extent, okay, they don't care. They'll bring. Because Stacey, her friend, didn't do her makeup properly. Now they don't want to be friends, and now she's just launched that into your face. It's just a waste of time. I think women are ultimate distraction, and women are the downfall of every single man.
I think that's a
stand on
skill
that.
issue. I 100% think that's a skill issue. 100% think that's a skill issue.
What of who I'm going after?
Everything. Who you're going after,
I think
and then
you should have a bad experience,
also
Tyler.
how you set expectations, how you accept yourself to be treated by the girls that you're dating.
Yeah.
Now
It's like my girlfriend would never give me a headache. She would never do that because she knows that's going to take away from my aura, that's going to take away from my mission, and that's
over.
probably not going to be. It's probably not going to be very good for our relationship.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think it's a skill issue.
Yeah. Same.
I think men will be treated by. I think men will just be treated how they're okay with being treated by, and that's it. You've got to find the right woman, and then you've also got to, you've got to understand that. Okay, well, this is where I'm going, and it's like this. Just setting the expectations, putting it all out in the open. Like, now that we're together, there's not going to be any of this silly things here. We are going here, and I need you to be all on board with that.
if not,
otherwise,
see you later.
It's probably just call it raps. It's not going to work. Just setting those expectations. I don't know. It's a genuine skill issue.
No, I mean, I agree. I agree. But yeah, look,
I agree.
Tyler, hope, Temi, it's been awesome having you on, man. I mean, we'll probably wrap it up here.
Spoke about a lot of things, but it's been fun.
Yeah, it's been fun. We've definitely got we'll grab some food. We'll grab some food soon, maybe in London or whatever. But if anyone wants to find you, Temi, what's your Instagram, TikTok?
So Temi Lowery on Instagram, Temi Lowery on YouTube.
Yeah.
Just message me on
Awesome.
there.
If you guys need any help, you know where to go. So thanks for coming on, bro.
Strength
Been a
and honor,
pleasure.
boys. Thanks
Strength
for
and
having me
honor.
on.
Lovely.
Strength and honor, my friends.
Cheers.